This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines. 7 pieces of legislation sponsored by former state representative Joel Rudman were withdrawn yesterday. Rudman resigned effective Wednesday from the House as he seeks to succeed former U.S. Representative Matt Gaetz in Congressional District 1. Though he was leaving the legislature, Rudman filed 6 bills and a proposed constitutional amendment. One of the highest profile bills would have allowed people statewide to carry firearms openly. Other lawmakers can file each of Rudman's proposals before the annual legislative session begins on March 4th. A coastal inlet in Sarasota that was carved open by Hurricane Milton should stay open on its own and make it even bigger. The area known as Midnight Pass was closed off for decades, but since the storm reopened it, water quality in the surrounding bay has improved. Some want the Army Corps of Engineers to dredge the area deeper so it doesn't close off again. But University of South Florida geologist Ping Wong says that may not be necessary. He's been studying Midnight Pass.
If the inlet is too small, and then the flow through there is going to be very strong, then that very strong flow will scour the inlet to be deeper and wider, so the inlet gets bigger.
Wong says the water flow from the bay into the ocean and vice versa as the tides change should widen the pass naturally. A spokesperson for Sarasota County says if the inlet were to close, dredging may be considered. For now, researchers are monitoring Midnight Pass to better understand what's keeping it open. The Florida Board of Governors, which oversees state universities, has set a lofty goal as it heads into the new year to improve rankings for several state universities by 2030. At its last meeting, the board says it wanted to see UCF and FIU in the top 50 public universities in the U.S. News and World Report rankings, and FAMU and FAU in the top 100 public universities. Emily Sykes is the Assistant Vice Chancellor.
That means that's 2/3 of our system in the top 100. So that's, I think, an incredible goal to have as a board.
The board also set the goal of 80,000 bachelor's degrees awarded yearly and 34,000 master's degrees awarded each year by 2030. The Florida Division of Emergency Management seeks to recover nearly $6 million from Trinity Healthcare Services. In a lawsuit, the agency says the state erroneously paid a healthcare contractor during the COVID-19 pandemic. The filing says the healthcare company was contracted in 2021 to provide COVID-19 vaccinations and to perform vaccine registrations. The agency says the state overpaid invoices and contends the company has improperly tried to keep the overpayments. 2 of more than 30 people injured in what is being called a terror attack in New Orleans Wednesday are former students at the Canterbury School in Fort Myers, Elle Isley and Steele Idelson. Congressman Byron Donalds posted the names of the 2 injured students on Wednesday. Both are 2023 Canterbury grads. Social media posts say Isley is studying at the University of Georgia, while Idelson is attending San Diego State University. School officials released a statement saying the families of the 2 were grateful for thoughts, prayers, and offers of support. The statement added the school was thankful for the exceptional care and compassion the 2 were receiving at University Medical Center in New Orleans. Further details on their injuries are not available. Frigid temperatures are entering the southeast, including parts of North Florida this morning. Meteorologist Megan Borowski from the Florida Public Radio Emergency Network says the rest of the state can gear up for a roller coaster ride in temperatures this weekend, followed by a cold blast next week.
There's a weak cold front pushing into North Florida and the Panhandle this morning, and it will keep temperatures in those regions on the cooler side with highs in the upper 50s and lower 60s and lows in the 30s early this weekend. By late Sunday into Monday, a stronger storm system will sweep across the eastern U.S., and it will give Florida a brief bump in temperatures, humidity, and rain chances Monday, followed by a statewide temperature plunge Tuesday onward. By Wednesday morning, lows in the Panhandle could fall into the 20s, whereas in South Florida, they could fall to the upper 40s and lower 50s.
Borowski says to prepare for cold temperatures, people should cover or bring in sensitive plants and provide shelter and warmth for pets. She also reminds folks to use space heaters safely. Always keep them several feet away from the wall and all other objects. The National Weather Service says to expect sunny skies today with a high near 68. Lows will drop to the high 40s tonight and tomorrow. I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.